what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are having an amazing start to your week so far. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a makeup tutorial, and I'm super excited about today's video because it's actually the start of a series that I'm doing for this week. Every single day this week, I will be uploading a new makeup tutorial, and the cool thing about this series is that all of the makeup looks that I'm going to be doing this week are going to be inspired by other YouTubers here on YouTube, obviously. So I got this idea back in January, and I figured it would be a great series to do because most of the makeup tutorials that I do on my YouTube channel are inspired by pictures that I've seen on Instagram or other YouTubers or my friends that are here on YouTube. And so I figured it would be a great idea to do a series, which it can be something that I continue throughout the months, the future months. But to start with this series this month, showcasing some of my absolute favorite YouTubers here on YouTube. I keep saying that, it sounds weird, YouTubers here on YouTube, but you guys know what I'm saying. So for today's video, my makeup tutorial is going to be inspired by the one and only Jaclyn Hill, and I really felt like it was only right to kick off a series inspired by YouTubers that inspire me by doing a makeup tutorial inspired by Jaclyn Hill. She was the first person that I subscribed to here on YouTube in the beauty community, and she is a large part of why I decided to get on YouTube and start doing makeup tutorials. And she was one of the first YouTubers whose videos I really started watching. A lot of my skills and things that I learned in the beginning were very much inspired by her. And so of course, my first video of this series had to be inspired by Jaclyn. So I will link for you guys down below the makeup tutorial that actually inspired this makeup look that I'm going to be doing for you guys today. But on the eyes, I'm wearing the Morphe 35O palette, and this makeup look would not be right as a Jaclyn Hill inspired look if I did not feature lots of warm tones and a super smoked out lower lash line. And then in her look, she actually did a ombre lip, so that is what I'm going to be doing for you guys today as well. And also too, just as a side note, another reason why I wanted to do this series is just to kind of show you guys, outside of showing you a few of the YouTubers that really inspire me and who I get a lot of my makeup tutorials and things from, but also to show you that you don't have to have every single product that someone uses in a video to recreate their makeup look. Now, of course, today I am using the Morphe 35O, which is the palette that Jaclyn used, but throughout the week, the other makeup tutorials that I'll be doing, they won't all have the exact same products that particular person used to create their look. So I just wanted to show you guys that whether you have drugstore products or high-end products, whatever you have, you can recreate the makeup looks that you see on Instagram and that you see on YouTube. So I'm gonna stop rambling. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an introduction to what to expect this week. So make sure that you come back every single day and check out my channel because I will have a new video up inspired by a new YouTuber each and every day this week, Monday through Friday. And also, if you do enjoy this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, and I would absolutely love for Jaclyn to be able to see this video. So if you love it, help me share it on Twitter, tag it on Instagram, help me get it out there, and hopefully she'll be able to see it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoy this makeup tutorial, and if you would like to see how to recreate it, then please keep watching. So starting off with the eyes, you guys know the drill. I've already gone ahead and primed them, and the very first shadow that I'm going in with is this matte neutral brown shade. This is going to be our transition color, so I'm just going to buff and blend this back and forth in the crease in windshield wiper motions and just make sure that it's really nicely blended out. Next up, our Fashion Fly is on a little bit more of a deeper brown shade. This one is also a little bit warmer than the previous one. This one is going right on top of the previous brown that we just applied, just to start to kind of deepen up that crease area and give it a little bit more dimension, and this will also be an additional transition color. Next up, we're going in with a warm brick brown shade, like a reddish brown shade, and this shade is going to go on the inner and outer corners of my eyelid. So what you see me doing is packing on the color, and then I'm going to start to blend it in towards the center of the lid. I am leaving the center of the lid blank, and I'm going to hold my eye taut a little bit here when I'm working on the inner corner, just to make sure that I can get really precise application. And again, like I said, I just packed it on and then blended it out and connected it in the crease. And then here I'm going back in with my blending brush and just making sure that all of the edges are nicely blended out. So next up, I'm going to deepen up that outer V just to give it a little bit more depth in that area. And I'm going to be mixing these two brown shades. One is like a cooler chocolate brown, and then the other one is a little bit more of a warmer brown. I'm going to mix the two of those together, and using that same brush that I just applied the previous shadow with, I'm going to apply that in the outer V, packing on the color and then blending it out, and then going back in with my fluffy blending brush and blending out all of the edges. So next up is the lid color, which I'm the most excited about because this color is absolutely stunning. It's like a fiery, warm, orangey, red, shimmery, super pigmented shade. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to pick this up on a flat shader brush, and I'm going to spray a little bit of setting spray to help to give the shadow a little bit more pigment and make it a little bit more metallic. And as you can see, I'm just applying this all over my entire lid from inner corner, about 2/3 of the way across my lid. And then I'm going to go back in with that brown shade on the outer V and just reapply that to make sure that we keep that depth in the outer V area. And then I'm going to buff and blend everything out with my fluffy blending brush. So next up is liner. I'm using this one by Maybelline, and I'm not going to be applying a wing. I'm just going to apply a thin line across the top of my lash line, and this is just going to help the band of my lashes blend in a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes off camera, and then I'm going to pick up a matte black shade and just apply a little bit of this on the outer V. I wanted to deepen this up a little bit more. It wasn't giving me as much depth as I wanted, so I just applied a little bit of that on the outer portion of my eye and then blended it out with that same brush that we used previously. And then I'm going back in with a fluffy blending brush and applying a little bit more of that transition shade just to help to blend everything out. So moving on to the face, the first thing that I'm going to do is apply my Smashbox PhotoFinish Primer Water, which you guys know I love. Then I'm going in with some primers to fill in my pores and mattify my face. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply my NYX Dark Circle Corrector, which you guys know, again, I also am obsessed with. So I'm going to apply that with a concealer brush underneath my eyes and apply the excess underneath my nose and around my mouth area. And then I'm just going to blend all of that out with my finger. And I absolutely love this. It's kind of got a peachy tint to it that does a great job of concealing darkness around the eyes and around the mouth. So moving on to foundation, I'm going to be mixing two foundations today. I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation and the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation, which together give a really beautiful finish to the skin. So I'm just going to apply that all over my face and then blend it out with a flat top kabuki brush, and this one is by BH Cosmetics. After that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to concealer. I'm using my favorite two concealers, Urban Decay Naked Skin and the Bare Minerals Eye Brightener. And I'm going to apply that underneath my eyes and also down the center of my face, and then blend it out with a damp beauty blender. Once I've got all of that blended out, I'm going to set it all in place using my Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just going to pick that up on the other side of the sponge that I did not use to blend out my concealer, and I'm just going to pat that right on top of all of the areas that I applied concealer and let that kind of hang out and bake a little bit just to help to set and lock all of that concealer in place. And then I'm going to go in with a Duo Fiber brush. This one is from MAC, and I'm just going to buff all of that extra powder away because we won't be needing that. And then after I'm done doing that, I'm going to set the rest of my foundation using my L'Oreal Infallible Face Setting Powder, and I'm just going to press that into my skin and also buff it down my neck just to make sure that all of my foundation is locked in place all day long. Next up, I'm going to fill in my brows, and I will have the products I use listed down below, and I will also link my eyebrow tutorial for you guys because I do have a full in-depth tutorial on how I fill in my brows. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then here I'm setting them in place using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in the shade Medium Dark, I think, but I'll have it linked for you down below. And then moving on to my lower lash line, the first thing that I'm going to do is line my waterline using a black eyeliner. And then after that, I'm going back into my Morphe 35O palette, and I'm picking up the cooler, darker chocolate brown shade that we used on the outer V. And I'm just going to press this right up against my lower lash line, right up against my lashes, and just kind of buff and blend that out a little bit. bit. And then I'm going back in with that brick reddish brown shade on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to use that to further buff out that brown and give us a nice smoky look on the lower lash line. So of course, don't forget to show your lower lashes some love. I use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And then after that, I'm going to dip my pencil brush in this peachy champagne shimmery shade in the palette, and I'm just going to apply that in my inner corner to highlight that area. So moving on to contouring, I'm using my Anastasia contour kit, and I'm using the powders in the shades Havana and Espresso. I'm mixing the two of those together and picking them up on this brush, and I'm just going to chisel out my cheekbones. I want a really defined contour for this look since the eyes are so dramatic, and this brush does a really great job of doing exactly that. So I'm going to apply those powders in the hollows of my cheeks, along my temples, and also down the sides of my nose. And then for blush, I'm going in with this blush by Milani in the shade Terra Sol, and I'm just going to apply that on the apples of my cheeks and blend it back into that contour. So moving on to highlighter, obviously I'm using Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill, which is an absolutely stunning highlighter, just beautiful. I cannot get enough of it, and I'm just going to apply that on my cheekbones, down the center of my nose, and also on my cupid's bow. Moving on to the lips, the first thing that I'm going to do is line them. This lip liner that I'm using is by Milani in the shade Cabaret, and I'm just going to apply this all along the outside of my lips and slightly fill them in, but not completely. And then after that, I'm going to go in with two liquid lipsticks by Stila. The first one that I am applying is in the shade Rico, which is a really gorgeous deep burgundy red. I'm going to apply this all over my entire lips, and then after that I'm going to take the shade Beso, which is a really gorgeous true red shade, and I'm just going to apply that on the center of my lips in a patting motion and kind of like tap my lips together as you see me doing here to kind of blend that out. And basically what I'm creating is an ombre lip. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of the product, press my lips together, and then use my finger to blend it all together and, you know, just make it look nice and seamless. So once all of that is done, I'm going to set my face using my L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Setting Spray, and then this look is complete. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I actually surprised myself with how well I feel like this came out. I was obsessed with it and did not want to wash it off at the end of the day. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it for you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share on your social media, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I hope to see you very soon in my next video. Bye!